What if I told you that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and Beyond the Spider-Verse will secretly collide into the live-action MCU? And the craziest part, Marvel might have casted Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales without even telling us. If this theory is right, Sadie Sink isn't playing Mary Jane or Jean Grey, she's playing Gwen Stacy. And Caleb McLaughlin might already be preparing to debut as Miles Morales, which would mean Spider-Man Brand New Day could secretly be setting up the biggest multiverse crossover before Avengers Doomsday. And when you start connecting the clues, the casting, the stunt training, the Spider-Verse delays, and one detail most fans completely missed.
Just can't seem to miss.
First time for everything.
This theory starts to look way less crazy than it sounds. Let me explain.
I'm as human as anyone. So you got an upgrade.
You underestimate my power.
Let's start with the biggest question. Why did Marvel cast Sadie Sink? The internet immediately jumped to two conclusions. Either she's playing Mary Jane Watson or she's secretly playing Jean Grey. But honestly, both of those theories fall apart pretty quickly. First, the Mary Jane idea. The MCU already has its version of MJ. That's Michelle Jones Watson, played by Zendaya. So why would Marvel suddenly introduce another MJ and confuse half the audience? Remember, most viewers aren't comic book experts. To the average moviegoer, it would just look like, wait, why are there two MJs now? But the Jean Grey theory might make even less sense. Because right now, the MCU is still in the middle of the multiverse saga. The next major films like Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars are all about the multiverse collapsing. Marvel isn't about to suddenly introduce one of the most important X-Men characters ever in the middle of a Spider-Man movie, especially a street-level Spider-Man story. And let's be honest, Spider-Man and Jean Grey? That doesn't make sense narratively. If Marvel is planning to reboot the X-Men, they're going to do it after the multiverse saga, not randomly during it. Dropping Jean Grey into a Spider-Man movie would feel like starting the X-Men era before the current saga even finishes. And Marvel almost never does that. So if she's not MJ, and she's probably not Jean Grey, that leaves one character that fits perfectly: Gwen Stacy. And not just any Gwen, Spider-Gwen. What if this Gwen is not an MCU version? What if she is the same Spider-Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies? Think about it. In the first Spider-Verse movie, Gwen literally hides out in Miles' universe, pretending to be a normal student. So what if she's doing the exact same thing again, but this time in Peter Parker's world? Just another person Peter meets until the moment where, boom, she reveals she's a spider person.
Wanda?
It's Gwen, actually.
Oh, you know her. Very cool.
I'm from another dimension. I mean, another dimension.
Now let's talk about something even more interesting that everybody and their mama is already talking about. Caleb McLaughlin. Recently, back in January of this year, he posted videos showing himself training in gymnastics and stunt work. Then he also visited Sony's animation studio, the same studio behind the Spider-Verse movies. And he had a scene where he was literally standing in front of the Spider-Verse poster. Now think about the timeline. Spider-Man Brand New Day reportedly started filming in late summer of 2025. Hollywood movies often take 6 months or more to finish filming. So if he was cast for a post-credit scene, this timeline actually lines up perfectly. And Marvel absolutely would keep that casting secret. Because the moment people hear his name, everyone will instantly realize Miles Morales is coming. Here's a huge question. Why is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse keep getting delayed? It has been pushed back multiple times, and that might actually be intentional. Look at the bigger timeline. The MCU is building towards two massive movies, Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Both of these are multiverse events. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is a multiversal event. So why did Sony release the official release date for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse between two Avenger movies? Avengers Doomsday and Beyond the Spider-Verse could literally show how the animated universe collides with the live-action MCU. Imagine the post-credit scene in Spider-Man Brand New Day. After the events of Brand New Day, Peter Parker seems to have life under control. Then suddenly, he sees Gwen Stacy in the iconic Spider-Gwen suit, but she's not alone. Standing right there with her is Caleb McLaughlin playing Miles Morales. Two spider heroes from another universe suddenly appear in the MCU, and the movie ends on a massive cliffhanger. The next big piece of the puzzle is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. That movie could give us insight on how they actually end up in the MCU. Across the Spider-Verse ended and left Miles trying to save his universe. Maybe the multiverse starts collapsing during Avengers Doomsday, and just like what happened in Avengers Infinity War, Doctor Doom might actually win. Worlds crashing together, timelines are breaking, and in the chaos, some characters or worlds might lose their universes completely or merge, which could force Miles and Gwen into a new home. And that new home could be the MCU. Comment below on what you think about this theory, or if you have any additional evidence to help with this. If you enjoyed this content, like, subscribe, and share. It really does help my channel grow. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.